Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
It's time to get in the game.
You know what time it is.
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis.
To me, you are nothing.
Your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage.
Well, start it up. Let's go.
Catch us Monday through Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. I am your host, Jalen Gillis, as we get ready to take you through the primetime topics in sports, not only just in Central Texas, but from all around the nation. Happy Monday to everybody out there, as we're here just about at the end of October. Sounds crazy to even be saying that. This year just flew by already. And folks, we had a great sports weekend. If you are a sports fan, like I've been saying for the last week, it is the best time of year if you're a sports fan. Basketball, football, and baseball all going on at the same time. The Dodgers have a commanding 2-0 lead over the New York Yankees. Don't know what's going on with Aaron Judge. Thought he'd be playing better than what he's playing. They're 2-0. Dodgers up 2-0, and they play again tonight. If the Dodgers go up 3-0, yeah, it's probably a wrap. You know, they've already said no one's ever come back in the World Series from down 2-0 before, so it might already be a wrap. But who knows? Especially in baseball, you never know. We have basketball starting, and, you know, I was conflicted on where I wanted to start the show today with basketball going on. We had these great college football games going on, like A&M getting an upset, I guess you could say upset over LSU, taking first place in the SEC right now, which is crazy. I mean, after that Notre Dame game, nobody would have thought that. I know I definitely didn't, because I was on Connor Wigman, I was on A&M and their coaching staff, I was on the entire Aggie crew. But now look at them sitting at the top of the SEC after getting that big win over LSU on Saturday. Obviously, had a slew of NFL games on Sunday. We even had some really good high school football games on Friday for our high school football fans out there. Had some good high school games. We had NBA season just getting started. I'll have all the fellas on here with me soon. Kyra's already on here, and we know he's a Mavs fan. We had the Mavericks starting off their season. Everybody looking good right now, especially in the West. That West is going to be tough. My Rockets are 1-2, so I ain't going to mention them. Hopefully they start getting it together, but right now it just look like a super athletic AAU team. But that's neither here or there. The Lakers sitting at 3-0. Didn't know if I wanted to start with that. LeBron, GOAT James, looking like GOAT James still at age 78. However old he is now. He's old, and he's still out here dominating on the court. So just a great sports weekend if you are a sports fan, folks. We got to see games from however you like to get your sports. It's been good games all this past weekend. But I do want to start with the NFL and the many storylines that the NFL has provided us even early in this season. We're in week 8. Even the teams you thought you knew something about, clearly we don't know anything. The Baltimore Ravens, who I've been bragging about for the last 4 or 5 weeks, go out there and lose a game to the Cleveland Browns, even though I said probably in week 2, if you want to give this team a chance to win, put Jameis Winston in the game. Just put him in the game. He's a leader. Yeah, he's going to throw some iffy stuff out there sometimes, but he knows how to galvanize his team. He knows how to he puts the ball in the air, man. Deshaun Watson wasn't even putting the ball in there. Cleveland Browns go out there and get a win over what many of us consider one of the top teams in the league in the Baltimore Ravens. Tua comes back from injury. They lose to the Cardinals. Yeah, Mike McDaniel, everyone's looking at you now. Buffalo Bills have just been rolling since they got Amari Cooper, and they keep doing it. 31-10 win for them over Seattle. Obviously, the Hail Mary play, we'll talk about that. From Jaden Daniels, showing off the arm and getting that Hail Mary off to beat the Bears. and beat his what is supposed to be rival, and Caleb Williams picked number 1 and 2 in the draft. Kansas City keeps winning as usual, even though they had a tough game against the Raiders, who always play Kansas City super tough. The Jets, of course, the Jets. We'll talk about them later. They fall to 2-6 now. That entire NFC East is now sitting at 2-6 outside of the Buffalo Bills. That was supposed to be one of the more competitive divisions in football, and now look at them. All sitting at 2-6, including the Patriots, who we thought would be the worst team in the league this year. So everybody right now in that NFC East looking about the same, and nobody's just definitively standing out besides Buffalo Bills. And we thought it would be different. We thought the Dolphins would be better than what they are, even though Tua's injury, Mike McDaniels is showing that he's really just not that guy. I'm not a huge believer in Mike McDaniels. I never was, but especially now after the start that they've had, including losing to the Cardinals yesterday. The NFC East is looking competitive as ever. Philadelphia getting a win over the Bengals. The Commanders, we just talked about getting that Hail Mary play. Giants play tonight. And the Cowboys doing what the Cowboys have been doing so far this season, unfortunately. They lose to the 49ers last night on Sunday Night Football. And, folks, that's where we'll start our show. Stay right there on the NFC East. Dallas Cowboys go all the way to Santa Clara to take on the NFC champs of last year, San Francisco 49ers, who have been struggling, who have been injury-riddled, and whose quarterback hadn't been playing that good in Brock Purdy. They go out there. San Francisco comes out and gets a win, 30-24 in this game. Where it was a really close game, actually. Going in the half, I can't even say like it wasn't a close game. Going into halftime, Cowboys had a lead, 10-6. Cowboys felt good about themselves. Dak wasn't playing the best, but he wasn't playing just horrible at the same time. Zeke even looked like he had a couple runs. I seen he had an 11-yard rush, which they said is the longest rush he's had in like 2 years. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Dalvin Cook goes 6 for 12 yards, and they go into that halftime up 10-6 in that third quarter. San Francisco takes full control of the game. They score 21 straight on the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas comes back out in the fourth quarter, tries to make it a game. They score 14 points off the back of CeeDee Lamb, who was looking pretty much unguardable yesterday, which he looks like almost every week. He goes 13 for 146, 2 touchdowns. I was playing him in fantasy, so I did not appreciate that. I could have won my game, but CeeDee Lamb comes out and gets 50-something points. Well, you're toast after that. So that's what happened in my fantasy league. But Dallas tries to come back, wasn't enough. San Francisco ends up pulling off the win 30-24. Dak Prescott, 25 of 38. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. 39 QBR, 79 QB rating. Brock Purdy, who had been playing bad, who I've been getting on the last few weeks, turning the ball over when he doesn't need to. He goes 18 for 26 and a touchdown, 260 yards, 75 QBR, 114 rating. Isaac Guerrero had to come in and be the number 1 back because Jordan Mason got hurt, which is just not surprising. Seems like everybody on this team finds a way to get hurt some kind of way. He goes out. Isaac Guerrero comes out, 14 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Brock Purdy, 8 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Rush for 56 yards, what everybody's been talking about today. He rushed for 56 yards, was the same amount as the entire Cowboys offense rushed for 56 yards. We already said CeeDee Lamb, 13 catches, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. Outside of that, nobody else did anything else. Jake Ferguson got 6 catches, 23 yards. Jalen Tolbert, 3 catches, 44 yards. Nothing spectacular. Deebo Samuel had a pretty decent game. 4 catches, 71 yards. He had his moments, had his spurts in there. But this San Francisco 49ers team just found a way to will out a win. Honestly, especially running off that third quarter. It was really all predicated on that third quarter. Them running off 21 points straight to Dallas's none kind of set up how the rest of the game was going to go in this. Dallas's defense, I mean, they played a good first half. I can't even try to stun on them like they didn't play decent in that first half. But, you run off 21 straight in just a quarter, I mean, that's pretty bad. Dak, he had his moments where he played decent. Obviously did his usual Dak thing and picked up some yardage and some stats there in that fourth quarter when the game was behind him. He made it close, so I ain't going to say the game was over with. The game wasn't over because he did make it close. They made it a one-touchdown game. But when the 49ers were kind of playing, just sitting back in his zone is where he started kind of eat up a lot of those yards. But those two picks, two ugly picks, especially that one to Turpin over the top. I have no idea why you're throwing to a 5'8" guy in double coverage on a go route. But, hey, that's what he wanted to do. And CeeDee Lamb was open on the stop route. He could have picked up the first down. I understand it's not sexy, the little 10-yard curl route. It's better than throwing a pick in the double coverage, though. And then the other pick to Lenore, I think it was, that he threw as well, was really a good play by the DB, even though Dak shouldn't have thrown that one. But it was a good play by the DB. So Dak didn't play the best once again. He came out and said he's got to play better. Usual Dak stuff. Brock Purdy actually looked better than what he's been looking in the last few games. I wish he wouldn't run the ball so much, but it's better than him turning it over. So you have to go with that. So Dallas comes out with the loss in this one. They're 3-4 on the season, 3-1 on the road. San Francisco moves to 500, now 4-4 on the season. Still don't know exactly where San Francisco's season is going to go from here, especially because of injury, man. Every game, it seems like somebody else goes out here and get hurt. Mason started the season as like the fourth-string running back, ended up having to start, and now he's hurt. And Isaac Guerrero comes in and obviously makes an impact in this game as well, too. But, man, the injuries are just piling up. Debo had pneumonia. They don't even got nothing to do with football injury. They just getting random stuff happening to them. How you getting – I ain't going to say how you get pneumonia, but it's crazy. Getting pneumonia in the middle of the season is crazy. Brock Purdy leads his team, though, to another victory against one of their conference rivals. So I got Kyrell on here with me and PJ on here with me as well. Kyrell, I'll start with you, bro. What's your takeaways from this Dallas Cowboys loss last night on Sunday Night Football against the 49ers?
Yeah, man, it was a game that could have been won. I mean,
definitely.
But we are witnessing Dak regressing. I said earlier in the year that his internal clock was broken this year, and he may be going through not the same thing as Carson Wentz, but the same type of decline from an MVP type caliber season. So the two is Jerry's has what's the saying, man? Turned in the mail or something. He's called it in, on the season. He is standing his ground. He said he paid the quarterback. He's not going to pay anybody else. I'm not giving no more resources because this offense clearly needs a high-end number two. That last drive, nobody's open. Nobody. It would take a ball from Dak that he is capable of giving probably 2 out of 5 times, maybe 1 out of 5. He took the pass. He's not hitting that throw 4 out of 5 times. Tight double coverage. CD was double, and the person he threw the ball to was double. It's just these guys can't get open. Tolbert is a good player, but he's not a route runner receiver. He's a poor route runner. I don't think Troy Aikman was talking about CD, really, even though he did say it, but I don't think he really could say anything about CD. But these other two, they not supposed to be it up here. Look at Khalif Raymond. That's our 4th receiver. Am I right?
On the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3rd or 4th, somewhere in there.
I watched this dude break down. I know Stephon Gilmore is old, but Steven, whatever his name is. But dude gave him a nasty route.
They took turns torching him.
Oh, my gosh. But the route was crazy. I can't see Tolbert or Brooks or whoever. It's time to get these other people in here, man. These dudes are not NFL caliber players. They're not. They're just your draft picks, so you're trotting them out there. They're not good. So it's y'all, this is That was, I don't know, man. It's a microcosm of everything. Like, we still ain't fixed our defense. I know you see Mozzie's ranked 119 out of 119.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a
We
terrible
can't
pick.
draft a D-line for nothing. For nothing, man.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence was our last good draft pick. We lucked up on David Irving. We thought Michael was a linebacker until we put him in the game.
Yeah.
Taco, Tristan Hill, Mozzie. They all bad, man. And that's on the front office. Everything right here, right now, is on the front office. You do not have Aaron Rodgers. You do not have Tom Brady. Why are you not giving this man every weapon he needs to succeed? He is not John Elway. He needs things, sir. You trot your coach out there on a prove it deal. That's not what you do to a 65-year-old man. He's going to quit. I'm going to retire and go whatever. I already won a Super Bowl. Why should he? You don't believe in me anyway. I just want 312 and then you're not going to give me an extension? All right. Cool. Let's go run out the same thing we did last year. Because that's exactly what this offense looks like last year. They don't do anything. And Dak is regressing. And it's going to cost you. We're going to get arched.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you hoping. You hoping you go out there and get an arch because the issue is, I agree, Dak is regressing. The problem is he's going to be the highest paid player in the league the next 4 years. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough whenever you're set up like that. And I've been on Dak pretty much this whole season on the mistakes and all this kind of stuff. But after watching yesterday, I'm like, man, I can't. There's nothing left to say about Dak. Yeah, Dak is regressing, but I wasn't big on Dak. So he's not regressing a whole lot in my opinion. But when you look at these guys he's throwing the football to, this is just sad, man. He had to throwing the football to us, and we expecting him to go out there and get 300-400 yards passing. That's tough, man. That's tough. Zeke looks like he runs a 5.9 in the 40. I mean, it makes no sense for them to get excited about an 11-yard gain and say that that's the biggest gain he's had in like 100-something carries. It's crazy. It's nasty work, and I can't even put all this on Dak anymore like I've been doing. It's everybody has a piece in it. Everybody gets a piece of the pie. Jerry Jones, unfortunately, has the biggest piece of the pie, but he also makes the pie, so he don't care. He as long as they're going out there printing money, they're still selling some jerseys some kind of way. Whatever. Bad thing is Cowboys are still probably hovering around 7-8 wins, so it's going to give them optimism and say, hey, if we just fix a couple things, we'll be right back to 10 wins, which is not the truth because they need to fix more than just a couple things. PJ, I know you watched the game yesterday. What was your takeaways from this 49ers and Cowboys game yesterday?
I'm really just gonna skip all the analytics. It's nice and worked. Honestly, talking about our offense is outdated, our defense is outdated. We're gonna, so it really limits you to really I don't know what you can do out there on the field. We're just not a good team. We're not a good coach team. We're not we don't have the players anymore really to be capable even playing up against a lot of other good teams. We didn't even lose against a good team yesterday. This team is bad. This 49ers team is bad, just like we are bad. The difference is that they're bad because they've lost a lot of guys to injuries for the season. Even though we've lost some guys right now, not for the season or anything, but and they haven't really either. They got guys that's trying to come back too. But we've lost. We got injuries on our side too. But we were bad even when our guys was on the field.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter for us who's on the field and who's not because this was going to be the result regardless. We just don't have a good culture. We really don't have any culture. You got guys, Trayvon Diggs. They talking to media afterwards.
And what was that about?
Because of what they say. That guy said something about Trayvon, if I'm not mistaken, I think last game, or he had just really been talking. And so, of course, Trayvon seen what he had been saying, so he confronted him after the game, saying? Talk about these nuts and stuff like that, bro. Yeah. That's real childish, man. You talking about talk about these nuts? No, man. Let's talk about how you can't tackle, bro. You ain't got better at tackling since you've been in the league. So you talk about these nuts? No, we really need to talk about something because you ain't really got better at all. You ain't got better at all with tackling, and you looking really trash right now. You was burnt toast whenever we played Detroit.
Facts.
Dudes want to do all this talking, but don't nobody want to play ball. But everybody want to talk. Dudes want to get on podcasts, run their mouth, but don't want to get on the field and play ball. That's the problem I got with people with the team right now. They acting like our owner. Our owner is a reflection of the team, and so you see the team doing it. You got Dak Prescott over here talking about some. Nobody. We haven't jumped off this ship yet. We're still. It's stupid, bro. Like I don't even get mad no more, bro. Like yesterday, I was watching some of the plays. I seen him throw them 2 interceptions that were terrible. I ain't even get mad, bro. I ain't even get mad. I don't get mad seeing us play bad football no more because I'm understanding of this is a terrible team that's ran by a terrible owner / GM. Our coach sucks. Both coaches that call plays suck.
And they both in their 60s.
Zimmer sucks. They both in their 60s. We need to just go ahead and just understand that as long as them 2 dudes is calling plays, bro, we're gonna lose. I honestly, if you go look at the rest of our schedule, like for the next, I'll say, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, we're losing all them games. we not winning none of those. So people might as well just go ahead and get prepared. If you haven't really paid attention, you need to go ahead and get prepared. Because there's a strong possibility that we're going to lose the next 5 games. Just go look at our schedule.
You think y'all going to beat y'all got the Falcons, Eagles, Texans, Commanders, Giants. It's the next 5 games.
Giants is the only game.
That's always, everybody always look forward to the Giants.
That's the only game.
I mean, you said it right, man. I mean, the team is a reflection of the culture that's made by the owner / GM. First problem is the fact that you even have to say owner / GM. It's really crazy to ever have to say that. That should never be a thing in any sport. The owner should not be the GM, especially if your owner is like 80. So, and then you got a 60-something-year-old head coach who, like you and Kyrell said, it just looks like the game is past him. The game is past him. The offense is archaic, as everybody's been saying it is. It's just old football with not that good players. It's not gonna. That's a terrible recipe. Then you got on the defensive side, the best thing I seen Mike Zimmer do yesterday is that he came out with 6 D linemen in the first half. He said, "You are not going to run the football on us if nothing else," which ended up not working still. But at least he tried something at the beginning. But that defense it's bad. You mix some bad players in with bad schemes. It's going to get bad on here. We got one resident 49ers fan on here. Quay just jumped on here with us. First off, happy birthday, man. Hopefully you stayed away from all the bad bill women out there for your birthday. But you got to celebrate with the victory with the 49ers getting a dub over the Cowboys, man. Quay, what was your assessment of the game yesterday, 49ers and the Cowboys?
Terrible take on the bad bill women. As we proceed, it always feels good to just watch the Cowboys lose. Because my boy Kyrell, he's just the first person popping in my mind. He's an ultimate Cowboy lover. But as a friend, it's such a watch for you, my brother. But, it feels great to be a 49er fan. Like, y'all just doomed. We watched 10 years of the same story with Dak. He's a good quarterback. He's a top 15, if that's the number. He's going to put up 300 yards and lose. And he's going to find a way to make his stats look mid. He's going to try to go to the Hall of Fame. I'll pay the stats when they're losing by 37. The 49ers didn't look good either. But Brock Purdy's better than that. So, it was good. We had to I don't know what they're going. We just watched D-Hop go for some beans and crackers, and the Cowboys did. Okay.
Crazy.
I don't know what they're trying. I don't know what Jerry Jones is. You're literally doomed until Jerry Jones tries to leave the earth, and it is crazy. I just made a post. I was like, man, it's gonna suck when Jerry Jones decides he wants to leave. They're going to celebrate, and that sucks as an organization. That man, that's crazy work, man. That's crazy work. He needs to just retire from the GM job, but pride is going to keep the Cowboys at the bottom of the barrel. I don't care how many 10-win, 11-win games, win seasons they have. They're mid-pack. It's just bad, man. It sucks because, like I said, even watching the game come back, they just let me know how bad right now we are too. But Kyle Shanahan been having problems finishing games. But in reality, though, we was playing cover four the last two quarters because Dak was playing, bro. He was literally could have had 6 picks yesterday.
No, for real.
Like,
at least 3 to 4.
Bro, like, what is he? Some of his picks, I don't know. It don't even be a receiver in the facility. Like, what are you trying to do? You already going ball? Like, come on, bro. I don't know, man. It's then he's the highest paid. It's just a tough situation for the Cowboys. But man, we knew what was going on anyway. They were gonna lose the first round anyway. Now everybody in their division better than them. So this day to be a 49er, man, terrible. Well, it's been terrible to be a Cowboy fan, but y'all still gonna rock the jerseys and argue about them, so it don't matter.
Do you think this is the 49ers getting back on track after getting a win like this? Do they start to put it together and start getting past some of these injuries that they have?
Well, if you go look at their last 3 years, we literally started the exact same way. Like, we'll go get into the bye, try to get healthy, go win a game that was close or whatever, and then go on a stretch and win 3 or 4. But I think this is an opportunity too. But we are still limited. We didn't, just like I said, our receivers still really wasn't getting open. They were kind of more. Brock Purdy just had a better day than Dak, but to be honest, we didn't really get any separation from corners and stuff either. But the Cowboys just can't stop the run. Like, no matter what you play, it don't matter what receiver you put out there, you can't stop the run.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. They got.
Purdy's not better than that.
Oh, go ahead, Kyra. What'd you say?
We're not gonna do that, bro.
What's that?
We can have your day, but Brock Purdy not better than Dak.
Dak is yet to beat Brock Purdy.
Quay, you could have threw them passes, bro.
No.
Greg Kittle was cooking Donovan Wilson, bro.
He was.
You mad that we got a good tight end?
You say what?
You mad at us because we got a good tight end?
No, I'm just saying, don't give Brock Purdy credit just because the dude is making the safety sit down every play. He didn't stop him not one time. Not once.
So what is wait, all right. You know he's not playing with any of his top guys?
Who?
Well, he's only playing with Kittle.
Bro, and that's who we threw the ball to.
What? Okay, what are you saying? That's
nobody, bro. Kittle won y'all that game, bro.
So you gotta take points off Dak for CD then. If you're just gonna say one guy being open.
I'm saying, if you take off CD, what CD did, Dak would have 101 yards.
I'm not giving nobody no points. For nothing. I'm not hopping Dak, putting Brock Purdy over Dak. Everybody's staying exactly where they at. Mid.
No. He has yet to beat Brock Purdy with 4 games.
Bro, y'all are cold. Dak still got to play the
defense, bro. So how many of you going to use that?
Really what it is, Quay, bro. The reason we can't beat y'all is y'all starting middle linebacker has a personal relationship with Dak Prescott, bro. He cannot.
Bro, come on, bro. You're a conspiracy theorist.
He can't beat him, bro.
For the world.
It's red water. He can just read. When he plays Dak, bro, he reads this dude so crazy. He reads the runs. He getting this dude to look him right in the eyes and get him to throw the ball. How do you lock eyes with a man and throw him the ball?
But Kyrell, you're talking about the best linebacker in the league.
Voodoo.
He does it to everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so we got Quay's gonna still put Purdy over Dak. He said he ain't beat him yet. Kyrell says we ain't going that far. Dak is still better than Purdy. And I mean, it's give or take, man. Purdy's had some bad games this year too, but it's a lot of film on Dak being bad too. So I ain't gonna say who's better than who. Obviously, Purdy's in a better situation. I guess he's in a kind of better situation right now because his offense is pretty beat up. Outside of Kittle, I mean, you down. Debo got pneumonia. Like, how do you even plan for that? Like, how do you get pneumonia in the middle of the season? Debo got pneumonia, so he's playing with limited options out there too. But yesterday, 49ers moved to 4-4 to get a win over the Cowboys. Folks, we got to go to a quick break. When we come back, we got to talk about, unfortunately, and I'm hoping this is going to be my last time, we got to talk about the Jets going to 2-6. This is just ridiculous. Losing to the Patriots is absolute nasty work. We talk a little bit about Tua losing in that comeback. And then the NFC East, we talked about one of the teams, the Cowboys, but Giants play tonight. Eagles and Commanders both get a win yesterday, so we got to talk about that. Hour number 2, we still got some NBA to talk about. Got some college football to talk about as well before we get ready for this Monday night game. Stay locked in and stay right here on Centex Primetime. We will be right back after this break.
Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blasian Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blasian Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. This is live from the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports Studios.
That's right, sports fans.
About to show these boys how we do it. You ready?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis, your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. I'm your host, Jalen Gillis. Still here as we just got done talking about, in the first half hour, Dallas Cowboys and their struggles against the 49ers. Haven't beaten the 49ers in like 5 years at this point. Last night, unsuccessful once again. But don't have to talk about the Cowboys all day, even though we are the flagship station for the Dallas Cowboys right here on 94.5 FM in Central Texas. There's some other teams that are playing some bad football that shouldn't be, outside of just the Dallas Cowboys. And one of them is the New York Jets. Now, like I said before break, hopefully I don't have to keep talking about this team because at this point, they're completely irrelevant. to anything that has to do with the grand scheme of NFL football this year. Sitting at 2-6 right now. Plenty has happened. They fired a coach. They got interim guys in there now. They've brought in players for Rodgers. They trade for Rodgers, trade the house for Rodgers a couple years ago. He comes in. They look just decent enough that in their losses, people still think they can be good, including myself. And yesterday, they go out and play a top 3 worst team. I don't know if that makes sense, top 3. A bottom 3 worst team in the league, in the New England Patriots, who have the same record as them as of right now, sitting above them in division because they have the head-to-head tiebreaker now over the New York Jets. They're both 2-6. This team is not good. I mean, it's just simple as that. No one thinks the Patriots are good. I can't name you 3 good players on the Patriots. I like Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, probably stops there. So we know the Patriots are a bad team. The Jets go out here and lose to the Patriots 22-25. Seen a stat earlier that said no one has had 300-plus yards of offense, no turnovers, and hold the other team to under, I think it was under 250 yards, something like that, under 300 yards, and lost the game. Record's like 750-something and won, and the one team is the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to turn the ball over, but that don't mean he's necessarily playing good either. For some reason, they just cannot figure out this running game. Yeah, they rushed for 112 yards yesterday, but it should have been a lot more. It's the Patriots. Devontae Adams still not on the same page with Rodgers. 4 catches, 54 yards. It's decent, I guess. Garrett Wilson had to go back to being the number 1. Appreciate that for my fantasy squad, even though we ended up losing. 5 catches, 113 yards for Garrett Wilson. Breece Hall, 16 carries, 80 yards. Braylon Allen chipped in with 12 carries, 32 yards. They had 112 yards rushing. Still couldn't figure out a way to win. This is on the entire organization. Rodgers isn't playing the best, but it's not like Rodgers played terrible. 17 for 28, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, no turnovers is a good game for most people. It's just the fact that it's Aaron Rodgers, and it's not good enough. At no point in time, especially when you're trying to turn your season around, should you be losing to the New England Patriots. At no point in time. Drake May rushed for almost 50 yards on them before he ended up getting out the game. Jacoby Brissett had to play the majority of the game, and you still lost. You lost to Jacoby Brissett. The Jets are done, man. The Jets are trash. I said it last week. The Jets are garbage. They're sitting at 2-6 now, even with Devontae Adams, even with Aaron Rodgers and Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson and all these guys they got. And I take back what I said a couple years ago when I said, man, we made the wrong pick in getting Derek Stingley over Sauce Gardner because Sauce is lockup. I take it back. You can't be out there getting torched by practice squads, guys, man. That's what we've seen from Sauce Gardner yesterday. That's what we've seen from Sauce a couple times this season. He's still good. I'm taking him out of my top 5 corners, though. I've seen too much. He's not getting just killed. But certain times it's like, hey, bro, like why is Keyshawn Boutte getting off on you? You're supposed to be a top corner. You're playing Jacoby Brissett. You need to have 2 picks. If they target you 3 times, 2 of those should be picks. If you're playing a quarterback like Jacoby Brissett. So I go to you guys. PJ, I'll start with you, man. What did you think about the Jets losing to the Patriots yesterday?
I'm with you, man. They really don't even deserve to get talked about no more. This team had way too much hype coming into this season to end up 2-6. Then y'all go get Devontae Adams. And I said it, bro. I said it. I think before they even really got him, I think it was like right before. It was like just like little rumors and we kind of talked about it. I said, this only going to go 2 ways. Either he's going to come in and it's going to make a difference, or it's really not going to matter. And it hasn't mattered at all that y'all went and got Devontae Adams. It's really looking bad right now for the organization because y'all let y'all coach go. And y'all pretty much tried to blame everything on y'all coach. And it looked it kind of looked fishy a little bit, I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was a personal reason why y'all let him go. And now look, y'all still not playing good at all. The offense still isn't clicking. Yeah, the defense, you know, they be having their little good moments, but they not really clicking.
No, they not playing good.
Y'all just look bad. Yeah, y'all just look bad right now, man. You know, Aaron Rodgers looks really bad, and now you're starting to think, like, should we have even got him? Or should we just have spent some money on somebody in the draft? At least he's young and can develop, you know what I mean? This dude is really he's robbing them right now, bro. Aaron Rodgers is robbing them right now. I mean, dude old and getting his last paycheck out to him right now, man. He getting his paycheck before he retired because it's crazy how he's playing, bro. He's not playing good. He looks terrible out there. And they just can't get anything clicking. And I feel bad for certain guys, definitely like Garrett Wilson, because he a dog.
Oh yeah.
He a dog. Breece Hall is a dog. You know, them dudes deserve better than this. And I really wouldn't be surprised if really both of them guys, man, this might be the season that really makes them guys think, like, do I really even want to be here? You know, I don't know whenever their contracts are up or anything, but this could be the catalyst for them, you know, if not this year, maybe in the next 2 years. I don't know whenever their contract is up, but I'm sure it's not that long before their contracts are up. For them to, you know, probably make that choice to possibly go somewhere else, man, and actually be able to compete for not even, for maybe, for a championship or just to get to the playoffs, bro. Because you're not competing for that right now, not in New York.
No, that's facts. That's facts. And Garrett Wilson, he's got 2 years left on his contract. And like you said, he's a dog out there, and I think he's a guy that wants to win. And he's been subjected to Zach Wilson and Trevor Siemian, and they had this light at the end of the tunnel with Aaron Rodgers, and it's not resulting in wins. He's getting his stats off, but as far as wins go, they're doing worse than last year. They won 7 games the last 2 years with Zach Wilson playing. Do we even know if the Jets are going to get to 7 wins this year? They're 2-6. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't get to 7 wins. Like, it's really crazy to see them go out here and go out like this. Quay, what do you think about this Jets team and them falling to the Patriots yesterday and now sitting at 2-6? It's terrible.
Hey, bro, I'm really happy that this is happening to them. Because listen, bro, when you own or terrible owner and GM and organization as a whole is tampered with, and we watched Geno leave, they said he was the problem.
Yep.
They said, who else? Sam Darnold was the problem. They said Robert Saleh got a year of Aaron Rodgers turned his Achilles, and then came back and didn't even sorry. Yep. Like, they are poisonous, and they have to work inside out. They literally are doing what the Cowboys are doing. They blaming everybody that they can get rid of instead of not realizing that they're the problem. That's a terrible loss to the Patriots. That's not a discussion at all. It's like, what could possibly be going on? Y'all went and got Devontae Adams, bro. You're supposed to dominate. You climb, you get back to where you want to be with A-Rod. Y'all did that bromance, and you do this, and no, bro. We're watching football happen to, and bro, we gotta blame LeBron and Tom Brady, bro. Their ages and them being able to produce at their level at their age is having people think that they can do the same thing, bro. A-Rod not Brady.
Facts.
A-Rod not making his team better. A-Rod not really a good leader, to be honest, bro. He doesn't know how to talk to people. His ego is crazy. He's terrible at media. Whoever media trained him with the mustache is crazy. Like, he's just not really that quarterback. And then we're watching you come in and be good right now. I would rather invest in a young quarterback. I don't understand what the direction is. They're super, super talented. That's why we have to keep talking about them, because y'all are paying so many good, talented players. And y'all got one of the top receiver cores, a quarterback. what are y'all going to do? This is terrible. Losing to the Patriots is worse than Alabama losing to Vanderbilt, bro. Like, come on, bro. They literally, the way the Patriots celebrated, bro,
Yeah.
like they played for a conference championship or something, bro. Like, come on, bro. We watched 2 men. It was sorry, bro. It's just the Jets. You don't, God don't bless Messi, and y'all terrible.
No, for real. Yeah, it's bad, man. From the head down, it's just bad. From Woody Johnson all the way to Aaron Rodgers, all the way to these random coordinators that they have calling plays now. It didn't get any better. Offense still looks the same. That's the same with the Cowboys. That both offenses are being run terrible despite the talent or lack thereof that they have out there. I don't know why they're running these old offenses. Kyrell, what you think about them losing to the Patriots? I know this debunks your theory of Aaron Rodgers is plotting against the world and he got Robert Saleh. This debunks all of that. They're still trash. So what do you think about the Jets? Like I said, hopefully last time we got to talk about them.
Yeah, man, the conspiracy is over that day. But I still feel like he had something to do with it, man. And it may not be. He was selling, which is completely, against the law, man. But he's just, he got too much power. What if Aaron Rodgers, who he thought Russell was? You know what I'm saying? Like
you said, what if Aaron Rodgers, who we thought who was?
Russell Wilson.
Stop.
When he got the office.
Come on, man, stop.
He was a savior, you know what I'm saying? And he was just too big. What is the thing? Just too big for the Broncos or whatever. Man, Paul. But I'm not. That's just that same storyline, man. I still think he had to do with it. But, yeah, they feel terrible. So I didn't even watch this game, to be honest with you. I saw the score. And, first thought was, okay, maybe he's not fighting. But he's still a bad dude. Not in that good way, not in the TV way. I'm talking about the dude you don't want, type of dude you don't win your football team at this age. So it is what it is, man. They same boat as the Cowboys. They tied to a quarterback that probably going to be through over the hump the next couple of years. But hey, I was thinking that about a bigger point. Just going off of what Trey was saying about how young quarterbacks are just coming in and playing well right now. It doesn't feel all too valuable to have a top guy. If you don't have Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar, you could pretty much, the bad, but I just think you might be better doing it the 49ers way, and going cheap on quarterbacks, having superstars at every level, because unless Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, turn into top 5 applicants, I think you might be better off with a young quarterback, man. They're going to run, for one. It's a lot of them coming in, better athletes, man, and you might have did better just having Aaron Rodgers or Dak and having one younger guys. But
I gotta agree there. I've been saying it for years, man. Just if you don't have a guy, there's no reason in paying him. That was my whole issue with the thing with Dak. There's no reason in paying a guy if you know he ain't the guy. No reason. You're not. There's no wins from it. You might as well just go find a random guy, find a Sam Darnold, and go out there, go get good receivers, go get good linebackers, go get good offensive line. What we've seen the 49ers do. They've been in 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. They ain't had a top quarterback yet. Maybe the quarterback position's a little overrated in this league. Maybe they're a little too overpaid in this league. I think it's starting to become an issue, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago here on the show. It's starting to become an issue, man, because we're seeing teams with this high payroll at the quarterback position sitting at the bottom of their divisions. The Jets, the Cowboys, the Jaguars. They gave Trevor Lawrence just as much money as Dak got. They're sitting at the bottom of the division. If he's not going to be a force multiplier, which shout out to Cam Newton because everybody got so mad at him when he said it last year. There's only a couple dudes in the league that ain't game managers. They say, oh, he's wrong for saying Brock Purdy and Dak is game manager. That's exactly what they are. If you take away if you take away all their weapons and they're going out there and trash and they start losing, you're a game manager. You're not a game changer, as Cam said. And majority of the league is game managers. For some reason, they had some super problem with them saying that. Before we go to break, I want to talk about one more game manager. And Tua came back yesterday against the Dolphins, and with the Dolphins, and they ended up losing the game to the Cardinals. I mean, everybody just sent my whole parlay in the trash, man. I thought the Dolphins will come out there and get a win. We'll talk about the Ravens in a little bit in hour number 2. Talked about the Dolphins. I thought the Dolphins were going to get a win. I thought the Jets were going to be able to beat the Patriots. If nothing else, you can at least beat the Patriots. And they both just threw my parlay in the trash, so it's all good. That's definitely the last time I bet on either one of them, the Jets or the Patriots. But the Dolphins looking just as bad as either one of them two. They're sitting the same record, 2-6 on the season at the bottom of their division. Tua comes back, 28 for 38, 230 yards, a touchdown. Devin A-Chain runs for 97 yards. For some strange reason, only got 10 carries. Tyreek Hill led the team receiving 72 yards. Real quick, before we go to break, what y'all think about Tua coming back? Kyrie, I'll go right back to you. What y'all think about Tua coming back and losing still to the Cardinals?
Yeah, man, terrible decision. Y'all should trade Tyreek Hill to the Cowboys.
Oh, man, come on.
Try to rebuild. No, that's it.
Hey, that's not going to happen, man. They not trading him, but yeah, it was pretty much no point in bringing him back. Coy, what you think about Tua coming back?
Kyrie need to quit daydreaming. Y'all more in the rebuild phase than they are. But Tua didn't make a difference. He's still not. I don't think he's healthy. He made some cool throws, a bunch of them system throws. You know what he do. That coach really can't coach, bro. Like, I don't know what.
It's that simple.
I don't know what that. Like he called terrible calls, bro. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what their direction is, but I guess they're trying to make a push. And I don't know why he won't wear that little handicap cradle thing on his head, man. He need to wear it, man.
What are you thinking about?
Like, I seen one of his offensive linemen and his defensive line had one on. Like, why you can't wear one?
They scared. They seen what happened to him and said, I ain't trying to get have my eggs scrambled like that, so I'm finna go ahead and put this on. But yeah, they coach. I'm agreeing with you. They coaches. I've been saying it, man. When Tua went out and then we got to see Mike McDaniels, he's terrible. He's just not a good coach. They got to find somebody else for the job. I knew something was off when dude was sneaking and smoking vape. Bro, you're an NFL coach, man. What are you vaping, fam? During the games too? Crazy work.
Bro, I was just gonna say he might be on something, bro.
He on vape. That's what he on, and he can't kick it. Obviously, you got to get it during.
Miami.
Yeah, and then you in Miami. You got access to whatever your vice is. No pun intended. But you got access to whatever you're trying to get down there in Miami, and all the blueberry smoke you want to blow out, you can go ahead and do that. And he's doing that with the vape thing, man. It's kind of strange. I don't want my head coach vaping. PJ, real quick before we go to break, what you think about Tua coming back and them still losing against the Cardinals?
I don't know why they came back. I don't know why he came back, because he really wasn't going to make a difference, honestly. I'm with Quay, man. I don't think he's healthy. I don't really think he's healthy, but guys' pride be getting in the way, and they be thinking that they the difference. That's going to make help the team and everything, but it's really not. They coach stuff. They got a gamer for a coach.
Yeah, for real.
He's trash, bro. I don't understand. I don't really understand how a lot of these guys be getting their jobs, but it is what it is, man. They're trash right now. Honestly, I think after this season, the team is going to implode. And there's going to be a few guys that you see right now on the Dolphins. They're not going to be there next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Certain guys are going to be going next year. So the hype around them, that's been around them for like the last 3 years, that's over with. That's over with now. If I was them, because Tua is one tackle away from dying on the field. So I would go get a new quarterback in the draft. Because somebody hit him head on one more time, he gonna die out there.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
It's gonna be
That's not.
trash.
It's not even
You gonna
telling a
watch
joke. That's
somebody
literally
die
what it
from
looks like.
football. Yeah. He really might die out there, bro. So like they might want to go get somebody out the draft because his life is on the line every time he touched that field. And then he too prideful to go ahead and just put a cap on so we don't see his brain splattered all on the floor. Because he, you know what I mean? Because it's stupid. Go put a cap on, bro. You already suffering from CTE. I know it.
Your body shouldn't do that regardless. Regardless of how many concussions you got. Your body shouldn't do the things that we seen it do out there on the field.
Yeah.
And you got your whole life in front of you. That's the part I think it's mismanagement with the Dolphins. You got your whole life in front of you, bro. I would have made this dude at least sit out the rest of this year, but I probably would have made dude retire because you don't want something like that to happen on your watch while you out here with this team, man. And you, if your body is changing and contorting that type of way from just a concussion that we saw with Damar Hamlin, wasn't even a hard hit. That wasn't even a hard hit. So like, man, you gotta wearing the Guardian cap thing should have been a must. Like all three of y'all said, that should have been something that he was forced to do. But seeing that they're gonna come back and he's gonna play this season, like you just said, at this point, risking your life out there, risking your livelihood, how you're gonna live the rest of your life just for y'all to go out there and get what 6 wins, 6, 7 wins. It's not worth it, man. Go ahead and sit on the bench, or better yet, go ahead and retire, dude. It's just about that time for you. This team is severely underachieving, and Mike McDaniels is not that good of a coach. So that's what we know right now from the Dolphins. So Tua comes back. They lose by a point to the Cardinals. Cardinals surprisingly sitting at 4-4, right there in contention to be able to win their division. At NFC West, we don't know what they're going to look like, especially with the 49ers being unhealthy right now. But for the Dolphins, it's just looking like everybody else in the AFC East. It's looking like a tarnished season, unfortunately. You're sitting at 2-6. Just about halfway through the year, man. That's a tough hole to try to dig yourself out of, especially not playing good football. Folks, we got to take a break to come back and touch the top of the hour. When we come back, we're going to talk about some NBA. We're going to talk about some more of these NFL teams, and we got to talk about a little bit of some college football and what we saw from this past Saturday. So stay locked in. Stay right here on Centex Primetime. We're going to be right back after this break.
Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all know.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254.
Exam required to qualify.
Go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
It's time to get in the game.
Do you know what time it is?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis.
To me, you are nothing.
Your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage.
Start it up, let's go.
Catch us Monday through Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Prime Time, hour number 2. I am your host, Jalen Gillis. We're still here taking you through the prime time topics in sports, not only in the Central Texas area, but from all around the nation. Want to welcome everybody in to hour number 2 here. We know some of you guys just now clocking out, just getting off of work, or some of you might be headed to work in your cars. Wherever you might be, want to thank you for tuning in with us as usual on Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas. As always, go over to the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Also click that bell so you can get notified every time that we go live here. Also, if you want to be able to listen to this content Monday through Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m., go over to your mobile app, download Centex Sports One, the app, and you can be able to listen to this Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. As we take you through, like I said, not only the hot topics in sports in Central Texas, but from all around the nation. And we just got done talking about in hour number 1, the Jets and their thrown away season at this point. The Cowboys and their potential thrown away season at this point. But honestly, they're looking a lot better than the Jets, so they got a chance to do something better than they do. Talked about Tua coming back yesterday as well and still not being able to come out with the win in their game against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm joined on the show today by Quay, Kyrell, and PJs. We got a full house going through these topics today. And before we jump into a little bit of college football, and then we'll end it off with this Monday night game as well, I got to talk about the NBA season has started, and it is in full effect. All of us on here, avid NBA watchers. We've got some fans of just about every team on here. I'm a Rockets fan. I don't want to talk about us too much. We should have 1 or 2. Quay is a fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kyrell is a fan of the current Western Conference champions, the Dallas Mavericks. And I think PJ is with me on the Rockets as well. So we ain't going to bring up the Rockets, PJ. We'll try to find a way to go without talking about them. But, man, it's been fun. It's been fun watching these teams open up this season, man, and how teams are starting to start the season off. Some starting off shaky, obviously. It's the first 3 games of the year. But some teams already looking like they're in form. The Celtics, one of those teams looking like they're in form. Oklahoma City won the Western Conference regular season last year, sitting right at the top this year, starting off 3-0. But the team I got to say something about, even though I am a Rockets fan, I am a LeBron fan, obviously. So I'm going to root for the Lakers as long as LeBron's there, which might be for the next 30 years. Who knows? He might just play till he's 60. Lakers right now sitting at 3-0. J.J. Redick, the new coach that all these people had so much to say about. People like Stephen A. on there hating up. See, the thing about Stephen A., and I ain't going to talk about him too much because he's one of the GOATs in this media space and for what I do. But he been hating on J.J. since he had that podcast with LeBron because LeBron don't talk to him. That's always been his deal with LeBron and why he's not a fan of LeBron, because LeBron don't talk to him. He don't invite him on the show. He don't give him inside scoops, so now you're not a fan of him. But you've been low-key hating on J.J. Redick. It's just like a lot of other people, talking heads that were hating on J.J. Redick, saying, oh, he got hired because he's friends with LeBron. He got hired because he got a podcast with LeBron. You just made this podcast. Stephen A. said out of his own mouth, and other people on ESPN, they made this podcast with J.J. Redick so they could talk about basketball and show how much better he is at Darvin Ham. Hey, bro, it's not hard to show that somebody can coach better than Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham wasn't a good coach. He shouldn't have been the coach of the Lakers. If that hadn't been made obvious in just his first 3 games, Darvin Ham wasn't a good coach. J.J. Redick has come in the first 3 games, this offense looks completely different. He's doing what the Lakers should have done, what LeBron said they were going to do in 2019 when AD got there and put the ball in AD's hands. Crazy that he would do that. I mean, such a wild idea that you have one of the best players in the NBA in their prime. Maybe you should, I don't know, give him the ball a lot. So far, Anthony Davis has been dominant throughout this year, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Lakers can end up finishing the top 3 seed. Anthony Davis got a chance to win the MVP because we know he can play like this. His problem has always been health. It's never been his actual play on the court. I thought last year, and Kyrie doesn't agree with that, but I thought last year if the Mavs would have matched up with the Lakers, that the Lakers would have beat them. Because who was going to do anything with Anthony Davis or Bron out there? But that's a whole different argument. I ain't going to get Kyrie started. But the Lakers right now sitting at 3-0 on the season. J.J. Redick looking like an actual good coach. It's showing that Darvin Ham wasn't a good coach. Quay, I'll start with you, man. What do you think about this Lakers team starting 3-0 and in this new look J.J. Redick era, I guess now, of the Lakers?
Man, I'm just tired of people trying to use credentials to make you good at something. That if I'm a good singer, but I didn't go through classical training, that don't mean I'm not a good singer.
Yeah.
JJ Redick knows basketball. He knows, he's seen it from both sides now. On paper, film, he's played at a high level, and he knows what the talent is around him. Like you said, Darvin Ham just wasn't that guy. It's okay. Like, I would take, what's the bro that won the chip with the Lakers?
Frank Vogel. Yeah, I didn't like him.
Frank Vogel, I don't think he was that guy.
Nah.
He knew what to do with the team that he had in front of him. Frank Vogel, he had no consistent. Yep. I'm just saying, like, bro, we got to get away from, like, trying not to qualify. If J.J. Redick is going to be a good coach, bro, that's just what it's going to be. They didn't know Steve Kerr was going to be a good coach.
Facts.
I'm still not sold on Steve Kerr.
Man, that man got 4 chips.
I don't care. They were terrible last year. He finna try to run that 2-head monster with Buddy Hield and Steph. and really Jonathan Kuminga, the guy on the team. So, but we'll see how the rest of the season unfolds. I do think I'm happy for J.J. Redick. The first 3 wins is big.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. And every team LeBron has been on that started out 2-0 has been to the finals. So not saying they're going to the finals this year. I'm just saying that is a lot better than what we've seen the last couple of years, especially with Darvin Ham being the coach the last couple of years. Not to just get on Darvin Ham a bunch, but I never thought he was a good coach then. Obviously, people, I don't want to keep going back to Stephen A., but other people on ESPN always, LeBron's controlling. He's the one running the team. Why in the world would LeBron hire Darvin Ham as a coach if he's the one running the team? I always just come up with these random narratives. LeBron's the one doing he's picking the players out there. He's the one going. Why would he go and pick these dudes? Only player that I remember LeBron saying, hey, we need to go get, that didn't work, was Russell Westbrook. That wasn't a good pick. That was a bad call by LeBron to say, hey, let's go get my homeboy out there. But also, I think it could have worked better if they had an offensive coach like a J.J. Redick instead of Darvin Ham and Frank Vogel, who Frank Vogel just got fired from a job. And the Bucks almost have no chance out there because they got Darvin Ham as the assistant coach and Doc Rivers as the head coach. Them 2 dudes, I think, don't know what they're doing out there. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Bucks. But the Lakers 3-0 right now. Kyrie, what you think about this 3-0 start for the Lakers?
Yeah, man. We kind of the same ilk when it comes to LeBron. So I'm just happy. Like I'm not ready to relinquish the league to these AAU teams, really, man. So I'm happy that he did his thing the other night. Like, we getting all the documentary stuff right now. I know you saw him yelling at Rudy.
Yeah.
Talking about swing. Yeah, that's cold, man.
It's the truth.
Hey, it's the truth. But yeah, on JJ, like, what you mean he can't? Like, why would people be mad he got hired as a coach? He played at Duke under Coach K.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then, 15, 17 years in the league, something like that?
Yep.
Who was more qualified than him? Like, all right, so.
Apparently Darvin Ham.
Yeah, apparently Darvin Ham. It sounds like JJ was definitely a better overall basketball player than that dude.
It's not even close.
Either way, the fact that LeBron was on this dude's podcast less than a year ago, drawing up X's and O's, he's never going to, that narrative that he's controlling everything, it's never going to die.
Oh, that's never.
But I don't think it's as blatant as everybody thinks, man. Like, even on the Russ stuff, like, I'm pretty sure they gave him a list of players, and he was like, sure, give me Russ. And then what are your other options? You know, you have to go. He's an MVP, bro. Like, why would you tell him no? I mean, I don't expect everybody to see Russ the way I do, you know. But so you got to go get that man. And you know, if he had my foresight, you know, he would have known that anything with Russell Westbrook is not gonna work. But he don't, and you ain't got him. And in this situation, I don't think he's saying, "Hey, hire JJ Redick or what? I'm gonna give you a nugget or something, man." Like, it ain't. That's not what's going on. He went on that podcast. He showed how much that man really knows. That probably impressed the plastic surgeon. And then he was, you know, hey, that looked good. And then look, JJ knows what he's doing. We've all been saying, why does everybody be so slow? And we all say it the first day. Give AD the ball. Why is LeBron still the first option?
Doesn't make sense.
Like, still, it don't make sense. Watching him and Boogie come put up 50 each, and you still gonna give it to the man that's balding? Yeah, he can do it, but why? You need him for the playoffs. So, yeah, man, Darvin Ham looks like I listened to one of them timeouts he called, man.
Salute.
That's pathetic. That sounded like me if I was out there coaching, you know.
Still like, working hard. Salute.
Yeah. I got to coach my kids' soccer team, but, you know what I'm saying, I don't even know what soccer is. You know, man, nah, bro. Hey, shout out, Bron, man. I'm the same boat as you. I'm a Mavericks fan, but if it ain't the Mavericks, I'm just down in Mike. I'm just promoting the GOAT, man, because that's what that is. And I'm tired of hearing the other arguments.
Yeah, it needs to start fizzling out at this point, man. I know we got plenty of people on here that watch and listen with us that think Mike is the GOAT. It's time to just let it go, man. It's time to just let it go. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody probably thought that the 1967 Corvette was the fastest car to ever come out. And now they got scats and Hellcats. I mean, it's just different. It's okay. It's okay. We're supposed to get better. There's nothing supposed to stay the same forever. Mike was the GOAT for a long time until a dude with a bad hairline came in the league in 2003. It just is what it is, man. And Bron, I seen the stat. He was the first player ever in that game against the Kings. They won. They were down in that game. LeBron came out and scored like 15 points in like 3 minutes. Crazy. That's when he said that swing to Rui, because Rui was tripping with that. 15 points in 3 minutes. He became the first player in NBA history, not even to do with a 40-year-old or LeBron stuff or nothing. First player in NBA history to finish a game in the fourth quarter, or just to have one quarter. I don't think it's forced. Just one quarter where you go 15, where you get 15 plus points, don't miss a shot, 5 rebounds and 5 assists in one quarter. And LeBron is doing this at the age of 83. So he's the GOAT, man. Y'all just got to go ahead and get over there, get with the times. PJ, what you think about the Lakers and their 3-0 start and how they got started this season so far?
Yeah, so far they playing really good, and you could tell JJ, he just bringing something different. He bringing something different to the table for the team. They look a lot better. A lot better. I really don't understand how anybody could really just even hate on him getting that position. I mean, like, he's extremely qualified. I don't get that. He know more about ball than anybody. Way more than Stephen A. Anybody that's up there. So
Facts.
I don't understand. I don't understand how they could even really fix their mouth to even talk about him in a disrespectful manner as well. You know, as to why he got the job for the Lakers. Anthony Davis right now, on the other hand, he's pretty much averaging 30 points a game in these first 3 games. He's
34.
been going off. My biggest thing with him, you're 34?
Yeah.
Yeah, he playing right now. Austin Reeves looking really good. The Lakers, they looking really good. My biggest thing with them, man, is are you going to keep it up? as the season, gradually goes, goes longer. With Anthony Davis, bro, I be really hard on AD, bro. And I feel like I really feel like he deserved that. And the reason why is because he's really soft. And I ain't gonna talk crazy about him right now. I ain't gonna do it right now, bro, because he's playing. Like I said, he going hard right now. But he just soft to me, man. Like he always hurt. He's fragile. Ever since he made those comments a few years ago talking about that he don't work out during the off season, he just been soft. He been soft. So I hope, I pray and hope that he continues to do this and that no injuries or anything, come up on him. And I'm sure he's gonna, everybody get beat up throughout the season. It's a long season. But I just hope that he can keep this up because we know he's capable of, and that's why I feel like we be so hard on him because we know in reality, bro, he's a top 5 player in the league. Maybe even top 3 whenever he's like really healthy. So that's why we hard on him because we know what he's capable of doing out there. It's just really him not being in his own way or his body not being his own way. But with his body being in a way, it's really because of things that he chooses to do or choose not to do during the off season. So I don't really know what he did this off season, but so far it's looking like it's paying off because he averaging 34 points a game so far.
Yeah, and he played 70+ games last year, so I think he might have took not only your advice but other people's advice and started working out in the offseason or something because he played. That was the most games I think he's ever played in his career was last year when he played like 74 games. This year he's starting off good, and I got to put him as an MVP candidate, man. If the Lakers can stay a top 3 to 4 seed, he's going to be an MVP candidate. I think he's, like you just said, PJ, when he's healthy and playing, he's a top 5 player in basketball because if he can get you 30-something on any given night, which he can, but every single night he's one of the best defenders in the league, and that takes them to an entire another level and takes his play to a whole nother level. And right now, Lakers looking good, man. Shout out J.J. Redick and shout out Go James doing what they got to do. Before we get off here with basketball, man, I got to ask, we got a Mavs fan on here. We got a Thunder fan on here. Thunder won the regular season in the Western Conference last year, but ended up falling to the Mavericks. Mavericks won the regular season last year. Now, I said before the season even started, I don't know if Kyrie was on here or not, that I don't think the Mavericks are going back to the finals again. And I don't think that's a super hot take. I think they're just not the best team in the West. I don't think that's a super hot take, but I also gave my top 3 MVP candidates for the year, and Luka was right in there. I had Luka, Shea, and Jason Tatum. If Jason Tatum can get to about 29 points, somewhere around there, and we know they're going to win 64, 65 games, I think Tatum's got to be right up there, if not the front runner, with how many games they're going to end up winning. Luka and Shea, they're going to be 1 and 2 in points, probably again this year. Giannis will probably be sprinkled in somewhere in there too, but Luka and Shea going to be right there at the top. I think the Thunder got better. Mavericks got better. They added Klay Thompson in there. And I'll let the two Thunder and Mavs fans decide this one. Who would you think is going to take it this year if you had to pick between the Mavericks and the Thunder? Last year they played each other, obviously, in the playoffs. Both teams have added some pieces. If they had a running back again, who is the better person to come out of the West? I say that because I think the Nuggets are probably done as far as their playoff run. If y'all had to pick out of them two, Kyrell, I'll start with you, man. Mavs and the Thunder. They're looking like probably going to be 2 of the top 5 teams, top 4 teams in the West this year.
Yeah, man. I'm more worried about the Lakers.
Oh, you should be.
Real with you.
You should be, though.
So I'm not really worried about OKC for the same reason. Watch that microwave. Even when I pop them eggs.
Yeah, and try to blow the whole house up. I don't know what you was thinking. Hopefully you're not doing that right now and gonna try to kill yourself on stream.
Nah, man. Look, so I'm not worried about OKC, man. They're gonna be great in the regular season. They're young, they're fast. They're gonna have people flying around 1,000 miles an hour. We had talked the other day. I hadn't actually watched the what's it called? The smash of the Denver Nuggets OKC game. I just saw the score.
Oh, yeah.
Man, but Denver looks old.
Yeah.
I know I gave rankings before that. I've seen it too, but Denver looks old. I don't think they're going to be where they need to be. But OKC will win the regular season probably. Depends on what Brown do. I don't expect us to because I know Luka, Kyrie, Clay going all miss 10 games. And then we're going to be, we just going to lose games on top of that. But saying that, the reason I'm scared of Bron, I'm not worried about OKC. In playoffs, the game slows down. You got to play half-court basketball all day. And we got the best decision maker in the league that can, have the ball in his hands. And then we just added Clay. I think Luka's going to pick him apart. He might not score 35, 40, to see if he want to be injured this time. But, he's going to make the right play. And I'm scared of the Lakers for that reason because they got the only other dude in the league to me. Tatum's actually turned into that. We saw him kind of pass his way to a championship last year. But leading the team that way. But Tatum might turn into that. But LeBron, bro. Who's the other greatest half-court player in the playoffs? When the game slows down, the court shrinks. It's LeBron, and it's going to be Luka. It is Luka because he went to a finals too, at the conference final. It's Luka too. So I'm not worried about OKC, man. Like they're going to have these games. They can win 70. They're not going out the West.
Come on, man. He said they can win 70, not going to come out the West. Coy, I'll let you have your rebuttal, man. What do you think about the Thunder and Mavs? They match up again.
They don't even listen to folks right here. His team gonna be 16 again. They're gonna be bubbling. They're gonna be in the play-in. We're gonna be first seed again. We popping it out, and then you say the game slow up when they get to half court, and it's slow up in the playoffs, bro. We got better. Everybody got better. Jalen Williams got better. Adding Caruso for defense, way better.
He has a beer belly.
Huh?
Jalen Williams has a beer belly.
Man, have you watched the play at all? I don't even think you be watching OKC games at all.
Bro, I just told you I watched the I
know you be lying. What channel does it come on?
I didn't know YouTube don't have channels. Quay, it's a compressed game.
What I'm saying is, I do like to watch film and see. Chet, so you don't think Chet got way better?
No, Chet did get better.
Chet looks good.
Chet did get better. Y'all look like y'all could possibly have 2 top 5 players, but we have the Wimpy defender. We have the Chet defender. We just match up too well against y'all. Derek Lively, bro. What are you talking about?
He's going to give Derek Lively 20 and 10.
Bro. He didn't last year.
Bro, he added 13 and like 8.
Oh, man. God dang.
Derek Lively averaged 5 and 5.
But he stopped Chet. Y'all needed a number 2 guy, and y'all never got nothing from nobody.
He did his rookie year.
No, it's not. He's 22, bro. Like, he's been in the league 4 years already.
This is 3rd year. He didn't play the first year at all, Conrad.
You know what I mean, man. That Blake Griffin rookie of the year, that don't count.
He didn't play.
That's why he lost because he wasn't a real rookie.
Is Derek Lively going to average over 5 and 5 this year?
He don't have to, but he gonna lock Chet up.
What do you mean you don't have to? I mean, come on, bro.
I think OKC got better, man. I think OKC got better. I think Chet is going to be better. No, I think Chet is going to be the big part of that. I think he got better. I think they took advantage of a rookie Chet. If I had to pick this coming up season, if they matched up again in the playoffs, I would probably take OKC because I think OKC lost last year because they were just young. Everybody shrunk in the moment besides Shea. Chet didn't play up to standard. J-Dub played terrible. And I think and that was all their first time getting to the playoffs outside of Shea.
Y'all have to.
But I think the Nuggets beat the Mavericks if they played matchup with the Nuggets last year. I think they would have I think he's getting what is Derek Lively gonna do with Jokic? He's getting 40 and 15 on his Nuggets.
Bro, but y'all don't have that. We're not talking about Denver.
I'm just saying. I'm just speaking on the playoff run y'all had. Though the chips fell in y'all favor, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. That's why
he said the chips fell in our favor, and we was a 6 seed. We beat the 1. The 3.
Nah, but I get what Quay is saying because I said that last year, and I don't even agree with this person all the time. But I just seen Charles Barkley said it. He said that Mavericks are probably going to be like a 6 seed, and I already said that before the season started. And he said that the Mavericks just won off of. I don't think it's crazy for them to be 6. They were the 5 last year. I think they'll probably be 6 this year, 5 or 6, somewhere right in there. and he said the Mavericks got their best matchups last year. I think that's what it was. I think it's all about matchups when you go. I think it was about matchups when Denver went. I think it's about matchups most of the time when people go. I think Dallas got a young OKC team.
Guys,
the Clippers was hurt, and then they played the Timberwolves, and we seen all the deficiencies with the Timberwolves that ended up to them trading their second best player on the team. Because if you're going to go out there and play bad in the playoffs, which he was doing the whole playoffs, it just happened. Once they ran into Luka, it was too late.
Guys.
Go ahead.
Guys, the chips falling in your favor is not beating the 1, the 3, and the 5.
It's about matchup. Lakers were the 7 and went to the Western.
Matchups.
Yeah, Lakers were the 7 and went.
Oh, y'all were. Exactly
it's about matchups. The number part don't matter.
The chips falling in favor is when Denver won. When they played every single person they played had nobody won 50 games. We beat good teams.
You
Y'all
did.
Say this team was young.
Bro,
this team was young. Our team is young too.
That I won, us being the 1 seed was a fluke. And we were young. You just said that.
Y'all not gonna win playoff basketball unless Chet becomes y'all best player. If he starts hitting that mid range consistently, yeah, it's over.
We have a player that averages 30. What are you talking about?
And he's not the key.
I don't think
Kyrell, we were young, bro. He hadn't even had no run like this, bro. He way back. Like, come on, bro. He's still scoring the same way.
Shea is y'all best player.
Y'all gonna win with Luka. Y'all best player. He gonna score 30 and give up 40.
Yeah, I think. Do you think Mavs are gonna make another run back to the finals this year?
Absolutely.
All right.
As long as we don't play, Jokic.
Oh, you be contradicting yourself. How you gonna say how the chips don't fall and then gonna say no, we're gonna play LeBron and Jokic? That's not true.
I just said Jokic. I said I don't want to see Bron, but we'll beat him. Beat y'all.
AD is getting. What is Derek Lively gonna do with Anthony Davis?
Bro, he has a better chance against AD than he does against Jokic. He's struggling.
He gonna average 3 and 2 against AD.
You keep talking about numbers like he's an offensive player. He's gonna be a defensive stopper and catch
Okay, so I don't think I already said that. I don't think the Mavs are going back to the finals, and I think it just depends on matchup. If they play the type of teams they played last year, I literally think they wouldn't have got past OKC. I just think OKC was too young. They all shrunk in the moment, they did. That's why I'm saying that was a good matchup for y'all. I'm agreeing. That was a good matchup. They played the Timberwolves. That was a good matchup for them. You switch Rudy Gobert out on every screen. That's fantastic. And if they play the Timberwolves again this year, they'll probably beat them again because for some reason they didn't get rid of Rudy Gobert. So that same issue is going to happen once again. If they play a team that plays good basketball, IQ wise, which I think the OKC Thunder are one of those teams. I just think they were too young. The other two teams they beat play terrible basketball. The Timberwolves and the Clippers. I'm not even going to count the Clippers. So the Timberwolves. Why is Rudy Gobert playing 40-something minutes? I just don't think that was smart when you know a team is going to switch everything. But it's the beginning of the season. We don't know what's going to happen. Quay said he thinks OKC, this is their year to go ahead and try to make a run at that finals, especially if they got to play the Mavs. You said you think the Mavs are going back-to-back to the finals. So we'll see. I don't have the Mavs going. Right now, I probably, if I had to pick, depending on who the Lakers play, man, I'll pick OKC to come out the West. But honestly, if the Lakers can stay healthy, I'll pick the Lakers to come out the West. And they'll play the Celtics again. I don't know who's going to win that matchup. Depends who's healthy on the Celtics side. But we got to go to a break. And I talked about, when we talked about the NBA season starting on here, I think Quay was on here. I said how James Harden was going to fry everybody and go back to average 25 and 10 again. And that's exactly what he's doing. Even though you laughed at him, Kyrell, talking about he putting up Brody numbers that first game, and I told you James Harden finna start cooking again. Even though Luka was putting up similar numbers. Well, we ain't going to talk about that, and it's bad when James Harden does it. But James Harden's going to continue to fry people, man. He's going back to 25 and 10, probably even more than that. I think he just had 16 assists last game, and the game before that he had like 13 assists, man. So I'm pulling out my crystal ball again. Hopefully y'all start listening. My viewers out here, I pulled out my crystal ball and tried to tell y'all about James Harden. I got some more predictions in that crystal ball too. We got to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit of college football, and then we got to talk about this Monday night game that's going to happen in about 45 minutes. Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. We'll talk about that in a second when we come back from break. Stay tuned. Stay locked in right here on Centex Primetime.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen, Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced 100 live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. This is live from the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports Studios.
That's right, sports fans.
About to show these boys how we do it. You ready?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis, your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Prime Time as we're here in the home stretch of the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today. As always, make sure you're going over to the YouTube, Centex Sports TV on YouTube. Subscribe on there. Also, click that bell so you can get notified every time that we go live. Download the app, Centex Sports One, so you can be able to listen to this content from wherever you're at, whether you're at home, at work, in your cars, wherever you're at. You can hear this 5 to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Folks, we just got done talking about the NBA season and how it started off. Got some good games going on tonight as well. I'll be going home to watch the Lakers play. Rockets play at about 7 o'clock, so I'll try to catch some of that game since the NBA subscription taking my money just for me to be able to watch the Rockets, man. I'm in Waco, man. Put them on TV. I don't get the Rockets or the Mavericks. I don't know what's going on with that. These new TV deals are getting on my nerves. You can't just go back in the day like on cable and put it on Channel 3 and just watch a game. But that's neither here nor there. We had some really good games in college football, folks, before we close it out and talk about this Monday Night Football game against the Steelers and Giants. Isn't a lot to talk about in that one because half of that game is the Giants. So it's not much to talk about there. But college football is, it's rounding into form, man. We're getting closer and closer to these conference championships. We're getting closer and closer to this college football playoffs. We've seen some really good games. Some teams had some defining wins. I thought that Oregon, sitting at number 1, they had a really good win. Taking on an Illinois team that not a lot of people know about, but Illinois is a good team. Illinois is a good team. They're ranked number 24 in the nation now. They're 6-2 after dropping that game against Oregon, and Oregon looked good against them, 38-9 in that win. I thought Alabama, obviously they've had their struggles, losing to Vanderbilt, losing to Tennessee, but they came back and bounced back the way you're supposed to against a pretty decent Missouri team. 34-0 win against Missouri. We've seen Texas struggle with the same Vanderbilt team, but they pulled out a win at the end of it. End of the day, they go out there and get a win against Vandy, 27-24 last weekend. Saw Trey Wisner, the Centex product, had 79 yards, led the team in rushing. Quinn Ewers, 288, 3 touchdowns, still had 2 picks though. Looking for better play for him, out of him as well in that game. But they were able to come out with the win in that game against Vanderbilt, who turned out to be a tough team. Ohio State, we seen them struggle. They lost a game against Oregon a couple weeks ago. We seen them struggle with this Nebraska team. Now, I know Nebraska's decent, and they're going to give people a good game. So you got to, expect to see something like that. But A&M had the best win of the weekend, in my opinion, taking on LSU team that I expected to be towards the top of the SEC, which they still are. A&M, a team that I didn't expect to be towards the top of the SEC. And they found a way to pull out a win in that game, 38-23 against LSU. Like I said, a good LSU team. So now A&M moves up to number 10 in the nation, which I did not see coming after the way that they started and the way they looked against Notre Dame to start the season. But they've looked good since then. They've won every game since then. Now, they haven't just played crazy competition. The LSU game was really their first huge test, that in Missouri, but we're starting to figure out who Missouri is now. And I think that Texas versus A&M game is going to be a big one at the end of the year to close out the season for not only A&M, but for Texas as well. So I'm excited to see how that game is. And then got to shout out who I said should be Coach of the Year, Coach Prime. Pulled off another win, played a 5-2 Cincinnati team, made it look easy. Went out there and got another dub. Shedeur Sanders he's making it like Coach Sanders said, he's making it look too easy. People are not putting him in these Heisman conversations. They're not putting him in these quarterback conversations. He's literally dominating at that position, and people aren't talking about it. They talked about it when he was getting sacked every 5 seconds. They talked about it when he threw that terrible pick against Nebraska. But now, for the last 4 or 5 weeks, he's just been completely dominating teams, and now they don't want to talk about it anymore. Also, shout out SMU, who's staying at the top of the ACC, getting the overtime win against Duke. PJ, I'll start with you, man. What game stood out to you this weekend as far as what teams made some statements this last weekend?
I'm still pissed about this loss. I ain't gonna lie. LSU.
Yeah.
Against Texas A&M. I'm pissed about that loss, man. I don't know what happened. I was at an LSU bar. We all up in there, and it was all good. It was all good until the third quarter.
Yeah.
They got a backup, bro. I don't even know his name. Number 10.
Yeah, Marcel Reed.
Been wearing number 7. So he looked like Michael Vick out there. They put him in the game. He started going crazy.
He did.
I didn't know where he came from. Dude he's a dog.
He started a couple weeks ago when Wigman was hurt and was good. I don't know why they went back to Wigman.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that dude, man. He's a problem. So Texas A&M, that was a really, really good win for them. I was very surprised by Ohio State struggling against Nebraska, and that's going to make that matchup against Indiana in a few weeks. That's going to make that matchup look even better, because if you see what Indiana did last week against Nebraska, it was the total opposite. They destroyed Nebraska. So I like what Kurt Signetti got going.
Man, shout out Indiana. Like some dogs.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. College game day was down there too, so last week, or this week actually, against Washington. So they pretty much dismantled Washington. My Washington team, they got a really good defense too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, just to speak on the Longhorns right now, I'm really starting to think that it's something with Sark's play calling. It's not just Quinn. These motions that he got Quinn, doing before the snap, how he got Quinn rolling out and turning his entire back to the defense, which you should never do. But that is the problem, because when he's doing these motions where he's really, rotating all the way around, they got edge guys that are unblocked that are in his face soon as he turn around.
Yep.
And now he's throwing a ball that's going to get tipped, and one of the defensive guys is going to pick it off. Both of them interceptions pretty much were like that. these last few interceptions, it's the same type of interceptions that you're seeing in these last few games. And a lot of it is on Quinn too, but a lot of it I feel like is the way these plays are ran. Then you got running backs who aren't picking up blocks. You know, the last 2 weeks, Georgia and Vanderbilt they have a corner, they do a corner blitz, or they doing a lot of movement up at the line, you know what I mean? So this they got to get it together in some way, man, because that right now, that's their kryptonite. And teams now, they know that for sure. If you just do a lot of movement, you know what I'm saying, you shooting these shooting the gaps, you know, with a blitz, the A gap, the B gap, or have a corner come, you know, these running backs not going to pick it up. And I don't know if it's in the play calling for the running backs to just not pick it up, but, like, they need to pick up a block. Trey, none of them. Jaden Blue, none of them.
Yeah.
They ain't pick up no block. I don't know why. What's my boy, number 9?
Gibson, Jared Gibson.
I don't know why. Gibson. Why Jared? I don't know why. What happened? We need explanations as to why certain guys aren't playing. Definitely with him. And I'm not saying that some of the other guys that we really need, but just I mean, where the guys at? You know, shout out DeAndre Moore and Matthew Golden, man. They held it down. Isaiah Bond was out this week. This is a perfect timing for the bye week for us, because they got a lot that they need to go over. I'm finna stop watching some of these Texas football talk channels or whatever you want to call them, podcasts, because they don't be keeping it real on there.
Yeah.
And it be making me mad. You know, the only one that really do is Derek Johnson. Them. They keep it real on theirs, you know. All these other guys, bro, and they former players. That's what be making me mad. Some of these dudes be former players, and they don't be wanting to keep it real on this Texas, you know, football talk. And you got Quinn over here. I'm telling you, we are going to lose. We get into the playoffs. I still think that we got a chance to go down to College Station and get that win late in the season. But we will lose in the playoffs or even before the playoffs if Sark does not. He's dumbing down the offense for Quinn. And if you're dumbing down the offense for Quinn, that just means he's not the guy.
Oh, that's facts.
So we will lose if he continues to dumb down this offense in the way he calls these plays, in the way he's running these plays. Because I'm telling you, that motion, all that motioning, and how Quinn be having to turn all the way around and all these little screen passes, you know, we're going to lose against better teams. I can see it happening. We're going to lose. And why leave all this potential that we got on the field whenever you could just go ahead and bench him, bro, and put in the young guy? And I ain't saying that Arch Manning is like our savior or anything, but I'm just saying there's more upside with him because, look, I ain't going to be mad. We lose this year with him. I ain't tripping. Yeah. Man, we got about two or three more years left.
Facts.
We good.
Yeah.
But Quinn, you trying to ride it off with him? It don't make no sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Quinn, I mean, he's just not playing good football right now. And I know he's coming off an injury and all this kind of stuff, but Quinn is always hurt. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. I think Arch Manning, and I've been saying it, is the better quarterback for that Texas team, but I understand him trying to ride it out with Quinn as well, too. You don't want to throw Arch out there and hurt any of his confidence at the same time, especially in the latter part of your season. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's going to make your team win, man. And struggling against Vanderbilt, yeah, they beat Bama, but you're not supposed to be struggling like that against this Vanderbilt team. And that A&M game is going to be a huge one coming up. Quay, what do you think about some of these games last weekend in college football? Teams like Texas getting the win, Colorado getting another win. We tried to tell them about Shador. They ain't want to listen. And some of these other teams out here. What do you think about last weekend?
Bro, Jalen, me and you, long as we been friends, bro. We be calling it, bro. I told y'all Queen Ewers wasn't that guy 5 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Bro, what I'm saying about it is, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but like when it goes over, bro, it's something about having that dog in you when the coach can't scheme you up.
Facts.
He's just not the guy, and it's okay. And like you said, politics, he really a 5th-year senior. You're supposed to be that guy. Come on, you didn't go to the NFL last year for a reason, bro. You don't want to compete. You want it to be a clear set where they have to draft you high. You still got to go compete and be good in the NFL too. He's not that guy. We just watched Spencer Rattler. He got replaced. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
And it's understandable, bro. I'm not saying that because they really playing it wrong, right? Texas is thinking, don't play what's his name? Arch. Don't play Arch. Don't play him at all because he redshirted last year. This year, if we didn't play him, he'll want to play 2 full years at Texas. No, but then he only got to play 3 years. Next year he go off, he can go to the draft after that.
Facts.
You're gonna be sick. I think you put him in. I think you put him in.
Yeah, I think you might as well put him in. Go ahead.
I think the way it needs to be set up, bro, at least run a 2 quarterback set, bro. If you got 2 quarterbacks, but he's better running the ball. He throw the ball better. The system makes sense. He adds a different dynamic to the game. He's more athletic. And like I said, I don't even think Quinn is really healthy either, though, bro. To be honest,
no.
I think he just know he's gonna miss up. I know whoever's trying to be his agent, his parents. I know they tell him like you gotta go out there and produce. Like you ain't got no 1 more year to come back.
No,
so I think that's just what's going on, the politics of it. But I think Texas is gonna mishandle it. Like I said, Jalen, everybody forgot that he redshirted last year. He only got to play 3 seasons. Next year he come off, go get nominated, be win a Heisman. He gone.
Out of there. Number 1 pick.
So I think Texas is mishandling this. And then shout out to Coach Prime, man. I'm happy for them. And like I said, we called Shador. That ain't even I'm not even worried about Shador.
Nah, it never was a debate to me.
I'm saying I'm happy because no matter what, nobody's going to say anything. They're talking about, man, it's just a bowl game they're eligible for. They won 4 games last year. Y'all talk bad about it. They beat the team that came back from a national championship in TCU, that first game together in Colorado with a terrible team. Y'all not going to get me in praise for anything, man. Shout out to him. I'm happy for them. I'm rooting for Coach Prime. Shador a dog, Travis a dog. Their defense is way better.
Way better.
They literally, their coach is scheming them up. They have other receivers, so they really just good. I'm happy for them, but all the rest of the game, I'm really just mad that Texas is trying to play the game of politics. No, you gotta win, James. I'm not waiting my potential year of us winning the national championship trying to appease Quinn Ewers' career. No, sir.
Yeah. Arch is the better guy for that scenario, and I think almost all of us said it on here. At least at some point, he's the better guy for that scenario, especially seeing how Quinn has come back and play. And your best point was Quinn just don't have that dog in him, man. It ain't even about Quinn just being sorry. He ain't sorry. He definitely ain't sorry. I just don't think he's that type of dog like a Shador, like a Cam Ward. Shout out Cam Ward, got Miami back to top 5. First time they've been top 5 in like a decade. Maybe over a decade, for sure, over a decade. It's been a long time since Miami been a top 5 team, especially this late into the season. So I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see what they've been doing out there, man. And Shador, great. We try to tell him, man, Shador is that guy. He's that guy. Colorado right now sitting at 6-2. Travis Hunter should, like I've been saying all year long, should win the Heisman. I think they'll give it to Genty over him still, even right now, just because you can't put stats on everything that Travis does. He's doing something that we've never seen before in college football ever by any player at any time. We've never seen anybody play full time on both sides of the ball and dominate like he's been doing. Colorado sitting at 6-2. I think Coach Prime got to be. I think Coach Prime right now has got to be the coach of the year, in my opinion at least. He's got this team to 6-2, like you just said, Quay. They won 4 games last year. And the year before they won 4 games, they won 1 game in an entire season. This is a complete rebuild job, and just because people want instant gratification and are so used to things happening overnight, they thought Coach Prime was supposed to come in and make this team win a national championship in year 1. It's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that in year 2, even though I think they've got a path where they can get to the college football playoffs. They got a path where they can get there, and man, the hype is going to be ridiculous if they can get to the college football playoffs. I still don't know if that's going to happen because BYU's still undefeated. Iowa State's still undefeated. They're only going to take 2 teams from this Big 12. But, man, would that be exciting to be able to watch if they can go out there and get to those college football playoffs. So college football rounding into form, man. There's only a few weeks left in the regular season before we get the conference championships. And then we get to see the committee mess up like they always do and trying to pick this college football playoffs. This year is going to be harder than ever, even though they've added 12 teams to it. Folks, only a couple minutes left in the show. I want to talk about this game we have tonight. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Football Giants. We just talked about the whole NFC East a second ago, and we'll talk more about them as we go throughout this week. But right now, the Giants in 2-5. They've had their moments where they look not so bad. Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 5-2. They benched Justin Fields, put in Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson didn't look great in their win against the Jets, which we figured out really isn't that good of a win. But he still led them to a win out there. They've got the Giants coming on in about 20 minutes now, and they're playing the Giants at home, I believe. Or they're playing them in Pittsburgh. So I think they can come out here and get another win. I'm expecting them to come out here and get another win. It's still the Giants at the end of the day. Even though, shout out to Dexter Lawrence, man. I think Dexter Lawrence probably a top 5 defensive player in the league. He's been playing out of his mind this year. He's leading the league in sacks, I think, from the nose tackle position, which is just crazy to say. He's got 9 sacks already on the year, and they've only played 7 games. He's been going crazy, but it pretty much stops there for the Giants. Shout out Malik Neighbors, too. He's a dog, but Giants just don't have enough. Can they make this game interesting? I don't know. They probably can. I'm not that huge on the Steelers either. I think their offense is pretty bad as well, and the defense has their moments where they're good or bad. So, Quay, I'll go right back to you, man. What do you think about this Giants and Steelers game coming on in about 15 minutes?
Tomato.
Yeah.
I think, man, bro, I think they said Justin Fields, bro. I hate politics, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You don't sit the winner down. I don't care if it's ugly. I don't know, man.
He's winning.
Russell Wilson did come in and just play great at the end of the day. I don't know, man. I don't want to see Russell Wilson fail, but, bro, I'm tired of the old man politics. Let it go.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. But I'm taking the Steelers in this one, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done watching this at halftime.
No, facts. That's facts. It ain't going to – this isn't a Super One. By the time it gets to 9 o'clock, I'm definitely going to be watching that Lakers game. I ain't too much worried about what the Steelers and Giants got going on. Right now, Steelers 6-point favorite in this game. I mean, I'm not mad at that at all. I will take that. I wouldn't be mad at taking the over, though. There's 37.5 points. I think it's Monday Night Football, one of them wacky games. I think both teams could get – I think it'll be like a 24-17 type game. I think the Giants can get off a little bit. They've had enough time to try to put together some type of game plan, and they can give Malik Neighbors the ball, and he can always do something. PJ, before we get off here, what do you think about this game? Giants and Steelers coming on in about 15 minutes.
They got to stop giving these bland teams these night games.
Oh my goodness, it's terrible.
Sunday nights. I don't know why they be doing that, bro. Don't nobody want to see the Giants on a Monday night.
Nobody.
I feel like this they third Monday night season. Am I tripping?
Bro, them and the Jets are always on national TV. Both terrible.
Stop that, bro. I understand they in them markets. They in them big markets, bro. I understand, but they got to stop that, man, because they trash. Don't nobody want to see bad football on Monday.
Nope.
You know, if I'm gonna tune in on a Monday night, man, we gotta get up too early.
Yeah, no, facts.
Watching these, like, you know, like you're not gonna be watching it. So I give it to halftime, and I'm cutting it off because it's not gonna be a good game. The Steelers, I'm not really sold on them. You know, they're a decent team, but I'm not sold on them. You know, I really think that I feel like they're mid. They just kind of, you know, got a decent schedule. They're not really beating nobody. They're not really beating nobody that's just dogs. They're going to win this game tonight against the Giants, and that's just because the Giants are garbage and have been for a long time and going to continue to be garbage. Yeah, so that's really all I got, man.
Yeah, it ain't much to this Monday night game. They didn't give us a barn burner for a Monday night. You know, they hit every now and then. They'll give us a good one, but no way at the beginning of the season before it started, you thought the Steelers versus the Giants was going to be a good game in Week 8. Y'all can't sit up here and lie to me and say y'all thought that. It's just like what you said, PJ. They're appeasing to these markets. I know New York is a big market, but if we never get another Jets game on national television and never get another Giants game on national television, I'm telling you, we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. No one's going to complain except the people in New York. And they got plenty to complain about out there.
They don't even want to be on TV, bro. Giants fans don't want to be on TV.
Nah, they shouldn't.
They know how bad they are.
They shouldn't want to see that on TV. I don't want my team when the Texans was winning, when we was 1-5, 1-8, them years with Davis Mills as a quarterback. I didn't want to see us on national TV, and we didn't get the game. So guess what? The Giants shouldn't be on there. You knew the Steelers were going to be 5-2, but we playing ugly football. They knew that. We all could have guessed that before the season started. We knew the Steelers were going to have a winning record, but it's going to be ugly, and they weren't going to be playing good on offense and playing just good enough defense for them to be able to come out and get a win. So I'm not happy with the schedule makers for that one, but it is what it is. This is the game we got on Monday night. We'll get a good Thursday night game this weekend because my Texans play on Thursday night. So we'll get a decent Thursday night one, but, man, this Giants and Steelers one is not so good. So I'll be tuning into a couple NBA games. And, of course, the World Series tonight. Maybe that's why they did it. I think I'm thinking about it now. That's why they did it. They knew the World Series would be going on right now, and they knew nobody was going to be watching Monday Night Football anyway. So Dodgers and Yankees coming on, that's something for New York to cheer for, even though they're probably about to lose that game too. So just unfortunate if you're a New York fan as usual. But I want to thank everybody for joining on here with us today. As always, make sure you go over to the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, Centex Sports Network on YouTube, hit the subscribe and hit the bell. Also, download the app Centex Sports 1. We're going to be back tomorrow. We have Rocky on as usual, as we do on Tuesdays. We'll go through some more of these games, and I'm going to give out my top 5 NFL teams once again. We'll talk some more NBA, and we'll dive a little bit further into some more college football as well. So make sure you guys are getting ready for that tomorrow, 5 to 7 p.m. As always, thank you guys for tuning in with me, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Talking about practice, man. What are we talking
Central
about?
Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million